Everybody knows that having an extraordinary diet is going to yield you extraordinary results, but very few people are willing to go through the arduous efforts involved in making that a reality. But have you ever thought about what would happen if you did? If you took a step back from your usual grind and put in the time to create the ultimate gaming diet? A diet that could yield unlimited energy, clarity, and willpower, unlocking the ability to become a truly extraordinary man. Accomplishing a diet like this would be extremely challenging for most, but having been on a carnivore diet for 4 months, I can't see why this won't be easy. If this is your first time checking out the Zasko.business channel, I'm just going to preface that these videos are 100% transparent. I'm documenting my journey towards mental, physical, emotional, and financial mastery, and I'm using Valorant to benchmark all of our progression. Whether changing our diet transcends us to new heights, or whether it ends up being our absolute downfall and we crumble miserably, don't worry, because all will be revealed, alright? The week begins, not all that different to every other week, but this week I have a mission, alright? Adapt to our new diet, conquer our sleep, and we're going to rebuild ourselves from the ground up. I want next week to be an absolute week of grind, a week of success, but to make that happen though, it's all about how we tackle the week at hand. It sounds easy enough on paper, but coming from a carnivore diet, my body isn't used to eating carbs at all. In fact, I haven't had any in over 4 months. This meant that my brain felt absolutely fried the last couple of days, resulting in terrible sleep, a lack of hydration, and a really bad mental state altogether. In order to make sure that we don't destroy too much of our progression, we'll have to approach the week a bit differently to usual. I start my day with some overnight oats, a meal I prepped up the night before so that all I have to do in the morning is just go to the fridge, grab it, and eat. 100 grams of oats, a few strawberries, 2 tablespoons of chia, 1 tablespoon of homemade butter, also soaked in unsweetened almond milk. Not only a clean and nutritious addition to the diet, but perfect for fueling our morning shift. I ate as much of it as I can, eat the rest at work, and then maybe a placebo, but work felt a lot easier than usual. Arriving home, we're craving another meal. Chicken, sweet potato, salad, no half measures, alright? I'm going all out on this diet. I want it to be absolutely meta. I want it to be insane. Despite the food looking and tasting great, we only have a couple minutes spare before our first live stream. Problem is though that I'm on my 3rd day of this diet and my body has been reacting terribly so far. Our cognition has been terrible and it's probably going to stay that way for the rest of the week. Therefore, we make the decision to just protect the last few weeks of progression by not playing any comp at all. Something I've never done before, but something that's extremely necessary for the sake of becoming our best self. This week we need to relax. We need to take our foot off the accelerator. We can't forget how badly we grinded ourselves into the ground last week trying to chase the idea that we must push ourselves to our limits no matter what. This week can't be that, and this week won't be that. Cool, so we gotta set some intentions for our first deathmatch. And it's not to mindlessly kill people, because we're actually trying to develop our skills here. Literally, just like the peek and click, we're gonna swing into an angle, and then just take whatever fight is on the screen. Instead of enduring the mental strain of comp, we smash out a live stream full of mechanics training and unnecessarily deep conversations about life. My 2 favorite things. I put a massive focus on my peaking technique, developing my reactivity as well as our commitment to peaks. I was going for perfect aiming technique before all else, and I just wanted to train my brain to commit to a swing, stop, flick, micro adjust, and just calmly shoot the head, all without any unnecessary steps, stutters, or any jitters in our movement. I want it to be as clean as humanly possible. Unfortunately though, after not too long, the energy from our meal quickly started to dissipate and the sleep deprivation I've been building up over the last couple of days really started to come through. I don't think my head's in it right now. I think I'm too my brain's a bit fried, to be honest. I don't know. I can't stomach it right now. I can't stomach it. My cognition was dropping rapidly. Unfortunately as well, my motivation along with it. I got to a point where I just had to end the stream. I needed to get some kind of food into me. Anything. But you can imagine my face when I open the rice cooker and see that my rice just decided simply not to cook for some reason. Berries. Berries will get me by for now. Not quite the calories that we desperately need, but she'll be right. I still smash out the chicken and salad that I prepared to go with my rice, but I mean, look at this. We're basically eating a keto meal here. A keto meal whilst trying to teach my brain how to digest and efficiently burn carbs again. Nice. My mental probably could have gotten a lot worse from here, but out of the blue, I was blessed with 2 beautiful comments. There are things that take your energy, and then there are things that give it back. I stated in last week's video that I absolutely love to build things and make things from scratch. I would spend hours building things, whether it's for my video coming up, a piece of furniture, or a new system or something to live with. Like these things, just building them brings me energy.
Look at that cut. That is a beautiful cut. Honestly, it's hard to tell which one was cut by me.
Considering this week is all about taking the pressure off myself and focusing on developing my diet and sleep, it only made sense to just grab the reciprocating saw and get outside and work on a little project. My reward? Not only a fully cooked bowl of rice, but also a much clearer mind, some newfound energy, and a new shelf to put my belongings on. So thank you guys. We are feeling 100 times better now. A real eye-opener to the fact that we really need to take care of our mental health by just breaking up the grind a bit, as well as taking care of our diet. With that, I prepare for a good night's sleep and I call it for day 1 of our non-grinding week. Despite still having poorly timed meals, no calorie counting, and no meal prep, I already feel better at work, more capable of relaxing throughout the day, and am getting better sleep. It really sparks the question, what's it going to look like when we master these things and our body is fully adapted to efficiently burning carbs? We've got another morning shift ahead of us, and with that, a new responsibility to ensure that we are completely fueled and capable of giving it our best efforts. I finished the entire jar of oats this time, smash out the best shift I've had in a long time, and walk out feeling proud. The lifting that you heard me complain about the last couple weeks was just suddenly effortless. But unfortunately, all good moments come to an end when you're faced with a new obstacle. With no meal prep besides our 5 a.m. meal in the morning, my next meal was almost 5 hours later. I'm coming home ravenously hungry, crashing hard, and desperately in need of something to satiate me. To spend another 40 minutes meal prepping while I'm in this state is painful to say the least. And to top it off, I barely finished in time before having to go live. Regardless, another mechanics training session begins, one where we're completely focused on our peaking technique once again. Well, that was the plan, but 2 hours into my stream, my energy was just crashing and focus felt completely impossible. After yesterday's training session, as well as the sleep, we're now seeing the improvements of our peaking technique, but I wasn't motivated at all, and I just can't explain why. I must be doing something wrong here. I feel like really like mentally exhausted now. We'll see if some food and a break resets me, or if that's just it for the day. But yeah, I just feel like really mentally drained. I don't feel physically drained. I feel physically good. I feel mentally drained. Adapting still can't be this bad after 5 days. I need answers, and I need them fast. I start crunching the macros, mathing the calories, and after who knows how long, it finally made itself apparent. A problem much greater than I ever could have anticipated. One that stemmed from acceptable habits that I gained on the carnivore diet that now are just simply no longer possible. On the carnivore diet, I was only eating 2 meals per day. Those 2 meals though adding up to more than enough calories to gain our 0.5 calorie target for the week. But you see, fat is worth 3 times more calories than carbs, and on a carnivore diet, that was predominantly what I ate. Therefore, now that I'm eating 60% carbs, if I still gravitate towards just 2 meals per day, I'm cutting my calories dramatically. Well, actually, I'm straight cutting them in half according to the rough estimates that I put together. I want to not only feel better and be more energized in a day, but I also want to bulk up and hit that Greek god physique. Unacceptable. Something needs to change. Snacks. Snacks have got to be the answer. I'd love to put more thought into it, but time is running out for the day. In just a couple hours, my partner's going to be coming over for the night, and the priority shifts towards being a great host, welcoming her into a clean home, and making sure that I'm in the best mental state possible when she arrives. Later that night, I do get a chance to put together a smoothie of sorts, but unfortunately, I made this way too close to our bedtime, jeopardizing our sleep completely. Now, my lack of organization and systems were definitely starting to get out of control. If I'm not careful here, this could spiral horribly. Or maybe it already has, because I ended up going to bed 2 hours later than I should have, despite having work at 5 a.m. the next day. I came into this whole diet change with a plan, but what I didn't plan for is what to do when our willpower drops, so much so that we can't even action the plan in the first place. We are in a dangerous territory and we need to find a way out. How? I don't know yet, I'm not gonna lie. Up the next day, and man, I didn't anticipate how bad my sleep was going to be. I'd honestly just call it a series of light naps interconnected by sessions of tossing and turning in bed. Regardless, my morning shift came, my mind was racing, I was deeper in my head than ever before, and no attempt at focusing on my breath, environment, or anything for that matter could last more than 10 seconds without me falling into a 10-minute binge of thinking about the most random things. I was constantly forgetting to drink water. My lips were dry to the point where they were burning, and coming home, I was just sick of it and I called off all plans of grinding whatsoever. Luckily, I still had the company of my partner though. We made the day a shopping day, got on top of all the purchases I needed to make, and had a good time. In my state of utter brain fog though, I ended up making a fatal error. I gave no thought to how long we would be out for, and just simply expected that my chicken and sweet potato would be enough to satiate me until I came back home. I was very, very wrong. Problem is now though, I'm walking around the shops hungry and sleep deprived, and ended up breaking one of my longest streaks of all time, going years. Genuinely years without eating any fast food. Mind you though, like my partner was so happy. She was like, oh my gosh, it's the first time we've eaten out in years. And I was like, yeah, it is. The results of my decision made my already fragile mental health even weaker. I was just straight up sad at this point. After some reflection, I revowed to not only never let myself eat a product of a food scientist trying to gain my monetary subscription through a malicious addictive food, but also to never let myself get to a point of vulnerability like that again. Strength, willpower, self-control, organization, all these things must be at the forefront of everything that we do on this journey. But then 3 o'clock in the afternoon came around. I was smiling, I was energetic, I felt like I had some kind of weight lifted off my shoulders. Maybe this was the result of finally being in a calorie surplus. I harnessed the second wind and get straight to problem solving. Meal timings. How do I fix my meal timings? Looking at the current approach to eating, I've got almost 5 hours between each meal. Setting myself up for failure not only by eating too little, but also allowing myself to get hungry before bed. Now that I understand the problem, I rework the entire schedule. Not much more than 2-hour gaps, an extra couple meals to dramatically increase our calories, and making sure that I finish my last meal at a time that won't have me needing food before bed. For the rest of the night, I just relax a bit. I watch some Primi VODs and get inspired to add some crouches to my strafes. It's something that I'll probably practice in tomorrow's session. But check this out though. Ashwagandha. This will be huge. This will be a huge experiment. How's it going to affect our stress? How's it going to affect our sleep? I have no idea and I don't know what to expect, but just going to let you guys know this is my first time taking it. A new morning begins. Our 21st consecutive cold shower is taken. I'm feeling alive. I smashed my first meal of the day. Excited to see the results of our new meal plan that we've put in place. But then my jaw hits the ground when I realized that it turns out my shift was extended to cater to some kind of staff party. Come on, man. We had a handshake agreement that my hours wouldn't change. This kind of betrayal is unacceptable, and I'll be starting a revolution against Stoic. The plan can start tomorrow. For now, we need to embrace the 7-hour gap without food. We've barely been surviving 5, so this is likely going to be a rough day. The usual crash and burn, it actually never came. I ended up having an amazing shift, worked hard, stayed present in the moment, and came home feeling better than I have any other day this week. I made another beautiful meal, gave the setup a clean, and then got stuck into my live stream for the day. Welcome back, Vamnos. Dude, today is an extraordinary day, man. Someone suggested ashwagandha. I tried it last night, got the best sleep of my life. I had like double the REM, double the deep sleep. Now we're just like functioning. My brain's functioning really nicely. At first, the plan was to keep aim training, keep grinding our mechs, and to keep avoiding comp because we're still sorting out the whole diet situation. Crouch. Crouch. I'm just feeling so good. It's just the new diet and the sleep. It's just insane, man. It's insane. I don't know what else to say. But to be feeling this good, man, we've got to be ready now. The plans are changing. I love it. I love it. That poor Neon. We're heading straight into our 3 competitive games. Fueled by the carbs we ate 60 minutes prior, we queue into our first competitive game and end up getting Pearl. I know it's been a week, but I still remember the game plan, guys. Don't worry. Wait, I reckon rotate. I'm deep in. I'm deep. On attack side, I'm applying that aim main pressure, hitting those beautiful lurks, and then setting us up for success. On our defense, I'm throwing the exact same cam and then just playing fast rotate. No, I know you're there, buddy. I know you're there, buddy.
Oh, bro.
Now, not only is this a warm-up game, but we haven't played in a fair while, so I was a little bit scattered as I remembered how to play Valorant, but that's alright. Our mechanics have improved so much since then. Our committed peaks were carrying us, and just our aiming discipline overall is much cleaner now.
60.
But unfortunately, now as we queue into our second competitive game, we are ticking over the 2 hours of no carb point. Subsequently, we are crashing fast. We do end up losing the game, but I don't give up that easily. It's been too long since I've had carbohydrates. I'm gonna have 3 bananas. And then the next game, watch. The next game, I'll match MVP after I have 3 bananas. That's 1 banana down. That's 2 bananas down. So these are simple carbohydrates. So these will kick in. These will kick in straight away. Watch, I'll actually match MVP this next game.
Yep.
I'm playing offside so I don't get hit.
Did you get? Yeah, if you don't get hit, I'll kill them.
How long does that Sora last?
Oh, unlucky timing.
In this flank.
It's a jet, bro. You can't hit a jet.
Good.
Hold on.
Wait, you have a cam, Cypher. Nice shot. You have a cam. Well done.
You're on the Cypher.
Nice Cypher. Oh, one side. Nice Cypher. Nice Cypher. Oh, well done, Cypher.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I had 3 bananas before this game.
Grabbing ult over nade. Grabbing ult over nade.
One man.
2 on A. 2 on A. 2 on A.
2 men.
2A. There's still 2A.
One main.
Oh, 2A.
Both mark it.
Both mark it. Oh, I thought
Chill.
So he's 1 HP.
No, it wasn't. Fuck.
I said, why don't you put like classic it was?
That was an intense game. I locked in that game. What did I tell you? You see, I know what I'm capable of when I'm fully fueled. Right now, I'm just trying to harness that. How do I get that all the time? Or do I just actually eat 3 bananas before every single game? I'm happy to do that. Anyways, I was cooling off the night with some aim training, but then I realized that if I want to avoid eating before bed, I need to eat right now. Needing something quick and easy, I just decided to go for some oats. While I was at it, I got my overnight oats done as well, but then I ended up using the last of our peanut butter. This is really bad. What are we gonna... Hey guys, welcome to How to Make Peanut Butter with Zasko 2. Now, I just thought I'd show you guys in case you didn't know. Save you guys from the store-bought artificial sweeteners that are probably dropping your testosterone without realizing. Another day down, another night of reading Marcus Aurelius's Meditations until I become a stoic warrior. There's one final day of grind left. One final day to prove that our work has finally paid off. That now, fully adapted to our brand new diet, we are a force to be reckoned with. 8:30 AM arrives, so does the second meal of the day, but with a 10:30 AM stream on the horizon, my morning until then was just simply editing. We were doing really good for time, but then I ended up making our first alteration to the routine, adding in half an hour of stretches before I go live. The idea being that I could stretch after work while simultaneously preparing ourselves to optimally perform throughout our Valorant session. It's perfect. Well, close to perfect. You see, with a schedule like this, we need to be starting our stream at least 30 minutes later, especially if we want enough time to get a proper meal down. Our plan is to eat every couple hours, but to eat a meta meal filled with veggies, carbs, and protein. If we're too strapped for time to make a proper meal, that's not good enough. But unfortunately, that's precisely what happened. Therefore, we're going into today's live stream having only eaten a bowl of brown rice. Not to mention that our previous meal was just simply a bit of fish and a banana. This will be yet another interesting experiment though. Yesterday we saw the effects of eating simple carbs right before a game, instantly match MVPing, and today we're now doing the opposite. A bowl of complex carbs with no protein or salad to go with it, directly before our stream. Once we queued into our first competitive game of the day, it was just as expected. The game felt a lot more challenging than usual. I'd go as far as to say that I had actually 0 positive impact on the results of this game. I felt calm, relaxed, happy, but I was lacking the confidence, sharp focus, and quick thinking that I require to perform at a high level. As a result, finishing the game having gone 9 and 16. Our second game comes along and it's as if the carbs were halfway digested now. I performed relatively better, felt relatively more confident, but nowhere near the banana game and not even close to our peak carnivore games. We get a win, but I was providing no more than 50% of our maximum impact. Simply not enough. I take a tactical break, play a quick TDM. If I stall a little longer before playing our last game of the week, maybe my body can fully digest the rest of our food. After all, this is the most important game of the week, and the results? You literally cannot make this up. I got to enjoy half a game of fully digested carbs before starting to get hungry and low energy once again. My brain fogs up, and once again, just like every other day of the week, I just don't even want to play anymore. I just don't have the energy. I just can't do it. Is this serious? How is it even possible to focus for more than 30 minutes without losing all motivation and clarity? It just doesn't make sense to me. This whole thing doesn't click. I don't get it. Nice.
Well played so far.
We walk away with another win. That's good. The games are decent. We're up 4-2 for the week. I played 6 games this week, but They weren't amazing. We're trying to adapt to the new diet. I changed everything. I feel like when I eat before my games, I play bad. But if I don't eat, then I play bad. If I've eaten and then 2 hours later I'm playing a game, I just crash and I die. Like I'm crashing so quick. I don't know how to make it work, to be honest. Add fiber. By slowing down the rate at which glucose is absorbed. No, this is what I'm missing. How many veggies is too much? Can I OD on veggies? Because I've had a lot of salads, but I haven't actually touched any vegetables. Maybe that's why. My other theory is that I'm just not loading up on enough carbs, and that I'm eating complex carbs that take an hour to break down, expecting to have unlimited energy for the whole day. Maybe I have to like wake up, eat low GI carbs, 2 hours later eat low GI carbs, 2 hours later eat low GI carbs, build up a massive stockpile of glucose, and then I'll be able to play for a longer period of time. The next day I just made that the full focus while editing. I started off with overnight oats, chicken and veggies, chicken, sweet potato and veggies, chicken, sweet potato and veggies, chicken, sweet potato and salad, and then another overnight oats, which I ate with some berries. But that's enough vegetable talk for now, all right? Benchmarks. The benchmarks are interesting. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys the coolest stats by far. Our working week is absolutely no different to last week. I still averaged 16,000 steps and I worked the same amount of hours, but our cardiovascular strain was halved. Genuinely halved. So this is clear as day evidence that swapping off the carnivore diet is 100% better for our physical pillar. Our sleep though, unfortunately, was at an all-time low, which isn't ideal, but regardless, our resting heart rate is at an all-time low and our heart rate variability is also at an all-time high. Like this is pretty nuts. Unfortunately, we didn't see any increases in our measurements, but the thing is, since we can do more now, maybe we can start to implement the gym. Maybe we can start to implement some cardio, whatever it is. I think gym. In regards to our Valorant progression, we didn't play that many games. We still had a 66.6% win rate and a 40% headshot. We've also set ourselves up really good to try and hit Immortal next week, provided that everything goes well. That's all for the week, but guys, it's been a beautiful week. We've made some great progress and I'm definitely happy to see what the future holds, all right? I wish you all the best of luck on your grind. Keep me updated. Let me know how you're all doing. I hope this inspires you to go and eat some vegetables, or maybe it didn't, and that's completely fine. Just make sure you get off YouTube after this and go do something, all right? You've been sitting down for half an hour. It's too long. Relaxing time is over. Time to get grinding. I love you all. I love you all very much. Take care.